Hi everybody, this is Susie. I am showing you guys this 3D Floral Basics Shaping Mold by Heartfelt Creations. I came across this on eBay about a week and a half ago, and I could not believe it. I had never heard of this tool before, nor seen it or anything, and so when I saw it, I had to go find out what I could find out about it. So the first one I was looking at was for their it's their rose stamp set. Anyways, and I was looking at it, and the mold that was with it was specifically for that stamp set. I don't have that stamp set, and I didn't want to buy one of these and not be able to use it with a lot of different things. You know what I mean? I didn't want to just be limited to that one set of stamps. And so I went looking for more of these, and I came across this one. This one is the 3D Floral Basics Shaping Mold. So what this one does is it will shape any kind of flower, any kind of leaf, anything you want to put through it, it will shape. So let me show you here, and I have been playing like crazy, and look at the dimension on this, you guys. Oops, I'm so sorry, I didn't have my hand out there far enough. Look at the dimension on that. Isn't that amazing? And I made all of these flowers, you guys, in a very short amount of time. I mean, look at the dimension on that. Can you see that? And look at these leaves. Look at the dimension on these leaves and the detail in them. And if I lay that flat on my hand, you can really see the... Oh geez, you guys, I'm not in camera very good here, am I? Okay, so there you go. You can really see that well. And let me show you, this is one that I stamped and then cut out and then run through the mold. Sorry, my camera's in a new place, and I'm having a little bit of a hard time getting where I'm supposed to be at. Anyway, and then here's some more different leaves that I run through it. And oops, that's the bottom. Let me show you the top. Okay, there are a few tips and tricks I have for you guys for doing these, and I'll show you the difference. Well, just for an example, this leaf, or petal, sorry, and then this one, and comparing it to another one that did. See, look at the curl and the line work on those petals. Isn't that amazing? And I just punched this one out with my punch. Oh, you know what, guys? I see what happened. I accidentally scooted over. Sorry about that. I'm like, why am I not in frame? Well, geez. Okay, so there's these, and you can really see the difference between this one and this one. And then this one here, you see, I mean, it looks great, but it's much flatter. And let me find the same petal that I did my little trick with. Ah. And there's that one. And can you see the dimension on this one here? Let me make sure you guys can see good. Okay. Oops. Compared to that one. And then there's this one. See the detail in that. In this one here. And in this one also. See how great that is? And then let me show you one of the first ones I did of that petal. And then compared to that one. Can you guys see the difference? I hope you can. Let me put this on some white. Maybe that would help, huh? There. Okay. So like this one and this one, and then these ones compared to that one, and that's the only one of that petal I cut out, so I can't show you the. And this one compared to that one, and then here's another one of the first ones I did compared to those two. Anyway, and here's another one of these ones. And then look at these leaves. Isn't that crazy? These are so awesome. And then I got these kind done too, and they worked great. See the dimension in those? And in these ones. And I even cut out some branch with a branch die that I have. Well, first I run it through my embossing folder and made it have the wood grain, and cut it out and then ran it through the mold, and look at that. I mean, that needs to be inked up yet still, but you know, you can really see and here's another one of them that I did. Anyways, and I have to show you these leaves just because I think these are so pretty. I love, excuse me, I love the way they turned out. Look at that. Isn't that awesome? Okay, well, anyways, and the cool thing is also that how fast they got done. I mean, it took way longer to cut all of the flower petals out than it did to make them. And I just wanted to show you some different things that you can do. So like I cut, oh, I'm sorry, this is the mold. And it's got two parts. It's got a positive and a negative. So I cut these flowers out of cardstock. They were a cardstock pattern paper, and I just fussy cut the flowers out of them. And then I'm just showing you some examples of some of the, and then I used double-sided paper and cut flowers out of these, and I just used a Biggs die to cut out these, so I was able to cut out a whole bunch of petals at one time. Anyway, and then these, you won't believe it, you guys. Let me show you side by side. I'm excited about this tool if you can't tell. Okay. Alright, you see those? Now let me find you This is what they look like before I put them in the mold. And this is them after. Isn't that crazy? And there's some more examples there. But that is just crazy. I can't believe it. You wouldn't even know that it was the same thing. But anyways, so let me get on to showing you. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to cut out your flower petals, whether you stamp them and die cut them, or use your flower punch, or fussy cut them out of pattern paper. Cut them out by hand, freehand, whatever you want to do to cut out your flower petals. And then you have your this is what I call the bottom of the mold, and how it's described on how you're supposed to do these is you're supposed to put all your petals in here and then lightly mist it and then run it through your die cutting machine, and that does work, and it gives you dimension. But like I showed you at the beginning, the difference between the dimension that I got doing it that way and this way is pretty significant. So anyway, what I do is I have a squirt bottle, and I am gonna give each one of these little wells a pump or two of water depending on their size, and then figure out which way I want that, and then I'm going to I'm gonna put my petals in, and it works best, I find, that if your flat petal is just a little bit bigger than the ring, than the hole basically, and sits like that, you tend to get a lot better impression that way. I'm gonna leave that one open, and I'm gonna grab my little basket of flower petals. As you see, I cut out a ton of them. Oh, there you go. Okay. Alright, find me some petals. Well, that one's too big. Okay, that's good. And then I'm going to use this last one. And how I do, I know I put a leaf in that one, but how I'm doing all of the leaves is I either use the biggest one or the next to biggest one, and I just line them up all the way around the circle. And if you try to get the tip of your leaf just off onto the plastic, you get a lot better impression. That one's a little bigger, so. Okay, hang on a second. I might have to edit this out. Anyway, before I forget, so now you're going to want to take your water bottle, and let me scoot that all the way back on there again, and you're going to want to give these a good douse. Okay, when you go to run it through your die cutting machine, keep an eye on it, and if water looks like it's starting to drip out the one side, stop it and back it up and drain some of the water out. You got too much then. That's only happened to me a couple of times, but okay. So make sure all of my flowers are back where they need to be. Alright, and line that one up. Okay, sorry about that. One more time. Hook your feet in, and I kind of look underneath to see if they're in the right vicinity. And then it just goes down nice and easy like. And I give it a little bit of a squish just to kind of get everything in. And now you're going to run this through your die cutting machine just like you do a Biggs die original steel rule die with one cutting plate underneath and one cutting plate on top, and run it right through your die cutting machine. I run it through back and forth 3 or 4 times just to make sure they're good and squished. Anyway, and let me do that real quick. And I'm using the Tim Holtz Vagabond 2 for my die cutting machine if anybody was interested. Oops, sorry about that squeal. Okay, so now what I do is I take the lid off, try to be careful that and hope that I don't lift everything up like I just did. Anyway, and then, oops, that was this way. And then what I do, instead of taking them out, I leave them in the mold. And that one got kind of off to the side. But I leave them in the mold so that they dry better. Their shape doesn't get messed up. Because when you take them out of the mold, they're wet and they're soft and pliable and they tend to move. Anyway, and then what I do is I just set them down off to the side of my table and then shine a light on them. And in a very short period of time, they're dry. It's crazy, really, how fast they dry. And then when they're done, they look just like these, and you can see all of the lines and everything in them, and the leaves are just amazing. And you can do anything you want in this. I mean, anything that will fit in these holes, you can add dimension to and texture to. They don't have to be flowers, just like I did these branches too, and they look old and gnarly and everything. And anyway, well, that is it, you guys. I just wanted to show you this super cool tool that I found. And actually, you know what? I fibbed. I'm not quite done yet. I am going to set this one off to the side to dry, and I am going to put one of these flowers together for you so you guys can see what they look like when they're all done. guys. Oh my gosh, that is so pretty, for real. Man, those leaves just totally set that off, didn't it? Wow. That's really pretty. Okay, well, I want to thank you guys all for watching, and I hope you guys have an awesome day, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.